Hey guys, welcome back to my channel one more time. My name is Preet and you're watching Info at a Glance, your very own immigration ease, where you watch videos and you become boss of your own immigration. And today once again I'm back with another interesting topic which a lot of people actually consider when they think of immigration, is to choose the right immigration consultant. So we will be discussing 10 important tips when it comes for you to consider an immigration consultant, especially for an immigration to Canada. Now, this information is especially for those who actually want to go with an immigration consultant or an agent. Why? Because they don't feel they can do the application themselves and they have to have an immigration consultant or an agent to help them understand the immigration possibilities and file their visas. Now, it is necessary for you to understand these important 10 tips before you actually choose a contract or before you actually choose an immigration consultant or an agent to prevent a lot of immigration fraud which is happening across the globe. So before I start, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please consider doing so and do press the bell icon for all the latest updates in Canada immigration. Now, the most important, the number one in my list is to choose an immigration agent or a consultant who has an ICCRC active valid license. Whatever information which I'm sharing with you, I have linked the sources to all this information in the description box below, so you can definitely check it out. And it also has a link for you to check the immigration consultants or an agent's license if it's active and how exactly is their standing in terms of immigration in the online public register. It will help you understand and assess your possibilities that the person whom you are getting association with or the person you're choosing to assess your profile and to file your visa or your application is actually a genuine immigration consultant or not. It is not advised for you to pick any immigration consultant or a lawyer who is licensed in the home country for visa filing but actually not licensed with the ICCRC. And please be advised to understand that every single ICCRC member or a lawyer who has a license is actually either a Canadian or a PR, because anyone outside the country, anyone outside Canada is not permitted to have that license. It is very much important. It is highly recommended for you to always consider an immigration lawyer who has an ICCRC license only, not anyone else outside the country or not anyone else sitting in your home country giving you an assurance or a guarantee that I can take care of all the visa filings and be a ghost consultant for you. The second most important thing which you have to consider is to look at your retainer's agreement. Now, every single person or every single lawyer who has a license from ICCRC will actually give you a retainer's agreement and will also give you a signed copy of that retainer's agreement for you to understand the possibilities and aspects of the terms and conditions signed between you and the immigration lawyer. Now, it is necessary on that retainer's agreement to have the complete detail of the lawyer, and that actually should be signed by the lawyer and yourself, and you should have a soft copy or a hard copy or both in terms of meeting an agreement, and that retainer's agreement should have the complete license details of that immigration lawyer. Now, without the retainer's agreement, it is not recommended for you to proceed with any such application processing, because that may be considered illegal, and in the absence of retainer's agreement, you will not be in a condition to fight back or claim that your application was assessed or submitted incorrectly in case that happens to come to any kind of a scrutiny which may be involved in an immigration process. Number 4 in my list is never ever leave your electronic or a real signature on any of the immigration forms unless it's not completely filled. You should be aware you need to have a complete knowledge of what information is going to immigration when you have an immigration lawyer in between your application. It is necessary for you to cross-check each and every information filled in the form and then submit it to the immigration, and you should not be signing any document that is not filled, or you should not be signing any document which is completely blank or leaving any kind of a signature on any of the blank paper which can be filled later. It is not recommended for you to give any kind of a affirmed confirmation on any such document which does not have your complete and accurate details to any immigration lawyer. Number 5, the most important, you should always have access to all the documents and information that goes to immigration, and you should have a copy of all those documents signed by you in the form of soft copy or a hard copy coming from an immigration lawyer. It is necessary for you to have the complete right and control over your profile and application when you are submitting your application. If somebody else is submitting an application on your behalf, like an immigration consultant or a lawyer, it is necessary for them to give you a complete consent and the download of the information that has been submitted to immigration for you to take a stand when it comes to any kind of a complication in future, or maybe an additional document request which can be a ADR. So always make sure that whenever you are in your application filing stage, or whenever you are giving any kind of a documentation to an immigration consultant or a lawyer which gets approved and further gets submitted for immigration, you need to have a soft copy or a hard copy signed and confirmed that yes, that particular document is going to be used in the application processing for your visa filing, irrespective of any category. Number 6 in my list is the most common factor of immigration fraud, which is the most common aspect, is making any kind of a cash payment to an agent or a consultant or an immigration lawyer in terms of visa filing. Do not ever pay any money to an immigration consultant or a lawyer which is not coming to you in return as a complete signed invoice and a complete signed receipt. You should not be making any kind of a cash payment to any immigration consultant or a lawyer irrespective of any circumstances. You should be having a complete evidence of every single payment made to that particular agent or a consultant in the form of complete authorized receipt coming from them against any payment made. You should not be getting involved in any kind of a commitments or promises, or you should not be getting involved in any kind of a scams which involves paying a hefty amount of fee in terms of an assurance or a guarantee coming from an immigration consultant. Number 7. Now, there are a lot of immigration agencies and immigration consultants who promise you extra services, and these extra services may vary from getting you a job offer in the country or giving you a permanent residency status, which comes with an additional cost of 5 to 10,000 Canadian dollars. Now, it is necessary for you to also cross-check and confirm that apart from having an immigration license, if that particular person also has a license in the recruitment industry or not, which is valid and legit for the country. If they are authorized as a recruiter or a consultant, or if they have a consultation license or not within the country. Before paying for any additional services, before paying for any extra services with that particular immigration consultant or an agent, or even if you have a third party associated, or if they are giving you a reference of any XYZ third party to enroll yourself with, which they may have a partnership with, it is necessary for you to understand all the criticalities of a service agreement. It is necessary for you to understand all the complications of a service agreement coming from additional third party, that they should be again legit, legal and genuine for providing you those services, and that should always come in the form of a signed document and a complete invoice against making any payment to that particular immigration consultant or a recruiter. Number 8 in my list is again very critical, which is beware of guarantees. Now, this is one important topic, this is one important aspect of immigration wherein a lot of people actually fall into, and they end up paying hefty amount of fee or their lifetime savings, and they end up getting no results. Whenever or wherever you are getting in touch with an immigration consultant or an agent or a lawyer, and if they are giving you a 100% assurance or a guarantee in terms of visa filing and giving you 100% successful results, you actually need to stay away from these people. You actually need to stay away from such assurances, because when it comes to immigration and when it comes to visa filing, there is nothing that works with a 100% guarantee. There is always a room of opportunity, there is always a room of visa filing officers' consent, and there is always a room of scope which may enhance your possibility of your visa filing conditions. It is not recommended, it is highly not suggested for you to choose an immigration consultant or an agent or anyone for that matter who's giving you a guarantee of 100% that you pay me this XYZ amount and I will get you what the results you are looking for, because that does not happen in this particular immigration. Now, number 9 in my list is actually linked with number 8, which is a guarantee, is when you get a kind of a statement from an immigration consultant, agent or a lawyer that they know somebody in immigration who can actually give you a heads up in your application. It doesn't work like that. That is just a fake statement that has been told to you just to get your service agreement and the money from you. Why? Because they very well understand that this particular statement can add a lot of USP to their services, because if they tell you that they know somebody in immigration who can help you with your status and who can help you complete your visa filing without any problem, you will definitely fall for it. But that thing is next to impossible. It's never going to happen, and that has never happened before. You need to be firm with your application, you need to be firm with your documentation, you need to be firm with your knowledge, research and homework when it comes to any immigration filing. It is necessary, even if you are choosing an immigration consultant, agent or a lawyer, you should be doing the required homework for yourself. You should be doing the required study for yourself to understand the concept of immigration, to understand the basic criticality of immigration before you actually proceed with your applications. And you should not be meeting or filling any XYZ random demands coming from your agent or a lawyer which does not meet the ICCRC guidelines or the immigration guidelines for Canada. And the last point in my list is to be aware of what you are telling in your immigration application. And you should not be lying as suggested by your immigration consultant or a lawyer who is advising you to give false or wrong information in your application filing, or whom you feel is not competitive enough in terms of the immigration knowledge which you have attained from your own research and application searching. It is necessary for you to understand that you should not be lying to immigration no matter what your application status is, because if you go to the case studies which has happened in the past, and if you understand the complications coming from an immigration consultant or an agent, there are n number of examples which are in the country which are currently available, suffering through an immigration ban, suffering through misrepresentation and bans like that, and that is only because of giving false information or incomplete information to immigration. You actually want to stay away from all these complications. Why? Because the more clean, clear and crisp your application is, it actually and eventually increases your possibility of staying genuine and compete with any complications which may come in future, because lying or giving wrong information will only lead to further more complications and getting a serious condition on your passport. So it is not recommended for you to lie to immigration, and second, it is not recommended for you to actually choose or stay with an immigration consultant or a lawyer whom you find is not competitive in terms of giving you a legit or genuine information. And if you are ever told, advised, or if you have ever received any information coming from an immigration consultant, agent or a lawyer that they want you to lie or give false information in your application filing, stay away. Leave everything there itself and do not proceed with your application, because when it comes to immigration and when it comes to visa, there are 5 big I's in immigration, and those 5 big I's are US, Canada, UK, Australia and New Zealand. And these 5 big countries where everyone wants to reside, they are interlinked in terms of their visa application, and anything you lie, anything you cheat, anything you misrepresent gets shared, and your visa history is available with all the big I's, and they know that you have a visa history, you have an immigration history which is negative, and that can actually backfire, can actually give you a lot of bad impression on your passport, and post that it's gonna be you who has to suffer for lifetime. So it is highly recommended for you to avoid lying to immigration when it comes to your application filing. So that's all for today. These are the points I actually wanted to cover with a lot of people who actually wanted to choose an immigration consultant or a lawyer when it comes to their application filing. I have actually seen a lot of applicants who do not feel confident enough to complete their application processing on their own, and they're actually struggling to find the right immigration lawyer. And if you happen to be one of those who have to choose an immigration lawyer, you should be considering these points before you actually sign a retainer's agreement with an immigration lawyer before you proceed with your application. So that's all for today. If you like the video, then don't forget to press the like button and share this information with your peers who are interested in Canada immigration. And if you want me to assess your possibilities, you are more than welcome to connect with me on my Instagram handle. The barcode is on your screen. It is info@aglance21. I will be happy to revert back basis my work availability. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for all the latest updates on Canada immigration. I'll see you next week with another amazing immigration update. Until then, bye bye.